leaned on the cutter a lot in Game 4, and in fact, that's among the things that we'll visit with the Game 4 winning pitcher about as we're joined by Shane Bieber. Congratulations on a great start, man. Had to feel good coming back home. SoCal kid here at Dodger Stadium. Congrats.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, guys. These are the moments you live for, right? And so I was very excited to get the ball tonight. Like we were just saying, you know, if I look at my outing objectively, I would have loved to go a little bit longer, but all that matters is a victory and getting the series back even. Excited for tomorrow.
I want to talk to you about delivering in a night like tonight. We just talked about you pitching, and it's a breath of fresh air to watch somebody like yourself go out and really command the strike zone. I want to know about your mindset. Coming into a game like tonight, must-win game, to deliver, what's a mindset or to help a young pitcher who maybe is going to be in this moment get inside you a little bit?
Be aggressive. Yeah. Trust your stuff. Pitch.
Be in the zone, sure.
Be in the zone, yeah. And attack, really. I mean, this is an incredible lineup that I was facing tonight, and I feel like when they scare you out of the zone and then make you come in hitters counts, that's when you get in trouble and they're able to do damage. And so, you know, they're 1 through 9, they're a bunch of smart hitters, and so you got to mix it up and continue to move their eyes all around the dish, inside, outside, up, down. And fortunately, we were able to do that tonight.
Biebs, I'm very proud of you. I remember first night you got called up in your first start in Cleveland, and it was awesome. I mean, you were so under pressure, you were so just calm during that night, and you were so calm tonight as well. You're from Orange County. Obviously, you went to Laguna Hills High School. How many tickets did you have?
I think I had 10 plus, and then, you know, actually, credit where credit's due. The people close to me didn't even want to bother me, and a lot of them just went ahead and took care of it themselves. And I'm finding out now a bunch of people were here that I didn't know that they were going to be here, and I appreciate them so much. You know, they know how big the World Series is, and you know how many people end up kind of asking you for tickets or trying to make that happen. And so those close to me and my buddies, you know, I went to college an hour and a half north of here at Santa Barbara, and a bunch of my Santa Barbara boys were out here, and I was just catching up with them in the clubhouse via text. I'm so happy everybody was able to make it.
I've been behind you in the past playing defense, and I've just noticed how calm and quick you work. You want to put hitters away quickly. 11 of your 16 outs tonight were made with 3 pitches or less. Was that kind of that pressure or I guess mindset you wanted to go into early on, at least in this start?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we found ourselves once we fell into a rhythm. I feel like it was a little bit of a grind to fall into a rhythm early, and they weren't chasing any pitches out of the zone. I was definitely having to come into the zone and make some quality pitches and some hitters counts, but kind of there in the middle innings was able to start getting ahead and establish the strike zone and sequence off of that. And so, you know, credit to Kirky. He called a fantastic game. We had a great game plan coming in, and then being able to hand the ball off to the bullpen. You know, what can you say about those guys after the job that they did last night? You know, Flew Hardy, Chris Bassett. Like, I'm such a big fan, man. I'm
36 years old.
I'm a fan of Chris Bassett amongst all the other guys, but I was letting him know in there, like, the job that he's doing is really special. He's you know, a steady heartbeat in that clubhouse.
I was going to say that same thing and just get you to you guys are the ultimate ball club. Chris Bassett has been a starter all year long. To come back and to take on that role, what does it say about your team? I can just see that you guys are such a what we call a ball club. You guys are a ball club.
Yeah, we really are. It's an absolute pleasure to be a part of. Yeah, it's so much fun. And if we're talking about Chris specifically, still, like, the job that he's done to go from posting 170 plus innings, right, and then moving into the bullpen and not being on the ALDS roster, and then the outs that he's been able to grab in the CS and the World Series, and probably lean on him tomorrow too. So he looks fantastic. But you know, all the guys, our lineup 1 through 9, you know, missing George. George is such an impact bat and an impact player, and you know, such a great leader, and for everybody to step up like they did tonight, I'm not surprised. I'm just you know, very happy.
That's right.
Yeah. So you can't tell the story of Game 4 without talking about Game 3. I want to know, in the late stages last night, were you thinking there's a chance I'm in there in Game 3 and my start's gone tomorrow? Tell me what you were going through last night.
I thought so. I was the last guy out there, right? And you know, it was like the 12th or 13th, and it was actually Max that came up to me. He was like, Biebs, like, you know, he started that game, right? And he goes, can you pitch tonight? I said, Yeah, I can't credit to Max. He's always thinking. He's always one step ahead, right? And he goes, well, all right. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go tell Schneids. I told Schneids and Pete, and they were like, yeah, absolutely. Put your cleats on. Just get warm. Like, you're going to be last resort. And then we found ourselves down there. And obviously it didn't end the way that we wanted it to, but I was ready to go last night, and I think it's all happening how it should, and was happy to be able to make the start tonight.
I feel like we're going to be saying that if we get to a Game 7 too.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty fun to watch this from our spot. Confirm or deny, Shane, while we have you and before we let you go, the inspiration for the mustache, legendary Jays starter Dave Stieb. Is there anything to this? We're going to show you a split screen. I think it's pretty good. We onto something here or not?
Anything that makes me more like Dave, I'm in on. So I had it before I got traded over, but yeah, we'll roll with the Dave Stieb aspirations.
Drop a button and you're good. I love it. Appreciate you being on with us, man. Congratulations on a great night, and good luck in the next couple of nights.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.